Welcome to Scary Facts About Our World, a video that uncovers unsettling truths. Get ready to be spooked as we explore disturbing realities that might send chills down your spine. Remember, the information shared here is open to interpretation, so it's important to do your own research. Prepare yourself for a captivating and unsettling journey as we delve into the darkest corners of our world. Approximately 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the oceans each year, endangering marine life. Air pollution is responsible for an estimated 7 million premature deaths worldwide annually. Over 1.2 million people die in road traffic accidents globally each year. The world's forests are disappearing at a rate of 18.7 million acres per year, threatening biodiversity and exacerbating climate change. Around 821 million people worldwide suffer from chronic hunger. An estimated 40 million people are victims of modern slavery, including human trafficking and forced labor. Climate change is causing an increase in extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires. The global extinction rate is estimated to be 1,000 times higher than before human influence, with species disappearing at an alarming rate. Over 40% of insect species are declining, putting ecosystems and food production at risk. Nuclear weapons pose a constant threat to global security, with approximately 14,000 warheads in existence. The world's bee population is declining rapidly, jeopardizing pollination and food production. Deforestation contributes to approximately 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions. The global illegal wildlife trade is estimated to be worth between $7 billion and $23 billion per year. Plastic microfibers, found in many clothing items, are polluting the oceans and entering the food chain. Antibiotic resistance is a growing global crisis, with the potential to render many common infections untreatable. The world's coral reefs, home to numerous marine species, are dying due to rising ocean temperatures and pollution. An estimated 1 in 4 women worldwide experience domestic violence in their lifetime. Over 2 billion people lack access to clean drinking water. Deforestation in the Amazon rainforest is accelerating at an alarming rate, threatening the world's largest tropical rainforest. Approximately 25% of the world's mammal species are at risk of extinction. Plastic waste kills over 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine mammals annually. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening, with the world's top 1% owning more wealth than the rest of the global population combined. Wars and conflicts have forcibly displaced over 80 million people worldwide, the highest number since World War II. Soil erosion and degradation result in the loss of 24 billion tons of fertile soil each year, threatening agricultural productivity and food security. Ocean pollution from oil spills and industrial waste causes immense harm to marine ecosystems, leading to the death of marine life and long-lasting ecological damage. About 1 in 4 mammals is at risk of extinction, with iconic species like elephants, tigers, and rhinos facing significant threats due to poaching and habitat loss. The exploitation of natural resources, such as minerals and fossil fuels, often leads to conflicts and human rights abuses in resource-rich regions. Water scarcity and poor water management practices contribute to the depletion of freshwater sources, affecting billions of people worldwide. Over 40 million people are victims of human slavery, including forced labor, child labor, and human trafficking. The global cybercrime industry is estimated to cost the world economy over $1 trillion annually, impacting individuals, businesses, and governments. The exploitation of natural gas through fracking techniques has been linked to water contamination and environmental hazards in some areas. Overfishing and destructive fishing practices deplete fish populations, threatening the livelihoods of coastal communities and marine biodiversity. The global fast food industry contributes to deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and unhealthy diets linked to obesity and other health issues. The illegal trade in exotic animals fuels a black market industry worth billions of dollars, pushing many species closer to extinction. Each year, over 2 million tons of toxic chemicals are discharged into the world's waterways, endangering aquatic life and human health. Mental health disorders, such as depression and anxiety, affect over 1 billion people worldwide, with limited access to proper treatment and support. Climate change is causing the acidification of oceans, which threatens the survival of marine organisms, including coral reefs and shellfish. The world's top 10 most polluted cities are primarily located in India and Pakistan, exposing millions of people to harmful air quality. Approximately 800 million people globally suffer from chronic undernourishment, leading to malnutrition, weakened immune systems, and developmental issues. The destruction of mangrove forests for shrimp farming and other purposes has led to the loss of critical coastal ecosystems and increased vulnerability to storms and flooding. Over 30,000 species are at risk of extinction in the next few decades, representing around 27% of all assessed species. Water scarcity affects over 2 billion people worldwide, leading to conflicts, migration, and increased vulnerability to droughts and famine. The rapid urbanization and expansion of cities result in the displacement of millions of people, often leading to poverty and social unrest. Over 100 million people are homeless globally, lacking access to basic shelter and living in precarious conditions. The fashion industry produces around 10% of global carbon emissions and is the second largest consumer of water worldwide. Noise pollution in urban areas is linked to various health issues, including stress, sleep disturbances, and cardiovascular problems. The burning of fossil fuels contributes to global warming, with 2020 being one of the hottest years on record, exacerbating climate-related disasters. The majority of electronic waste generated globally is not recycled properly, resulting in environmental contamination and health hazards. The extraction and production of metals and minerals contribute to environmental degradation, water pollution, and the displacement of local communities. Approximately 800 million people lack access to basic education, limiting their opportunities for personal and economic development. The use of coal for electricity generation is a major contributor to air pollution, causing respiratory diseases and premature deaths. The global wildlife population has declined by an average of 68% in the past 50 years due to habitat destruction, pollution, and hunting. Climate change is causing the rapid melting of glaciers worldwide, posing risks of water shortages and natural disasters. Approximately 780 million adults worldwide lack basic literacy skills, limiting their opportunities for personal and economic development. The overconsumption of animal products contributes to deforestation, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. In some regions, the overuse of groundwater for agriculture is causing the depletion of underground water reserves, leading to land subsidence and water scarcity. Urban air pollution is responsible for an estimated 4.2 million premature deaths annually, mainly in low- and middle-income countries. Nuclear accidents, such as the Chernobyl and Fukushima disasters, have long-lasting effects on human health and the environment. Over 25% of the world's plant species are at risk of extinction, potentially leading to the loss of valuable medicinal and agricultural resources. Deforestation is responsible for the loss of 18.7 million acres of forests annually, equivalent to 27 soccer fields per minute. Over 250 million children worldwide are forced to work, often in hazardous conditions that deprive them of education and a normal childhood. Approximately 1.2 billion people lack access to electricity, hindering their opportunities for education, healthcare, and economic development. The world's largest landfill, DNR in Mumbai, receives around 9,000 metric tons of waste daily, emitting toxic gases and polluting the environment. Roughly 30% of the world's population does not have access to safe and reliable sanitation facilities, leading to the spread of diseases. Approximately 50% of the world's coral reefs have been lost in the last 30 years due to pollution, climate change, and destructive fishing practices. Over 40% of the world's population does not have access to basic handwashing facilities, contributing to the spread of infectious diseases. Approximately 5,000 people die every day due to waterborne diseases caused by contaminated drinking water. The destruction of natural habitats, such as rainforests, results in the loss of potential life-saving medicinal plants and compounds. Around 30% of the world's population is at risk of malaria, a deadly disease transmitted by mosquitoes. The fashion industry is responsible for the release of 1.2 billion tons of greenhouse gases annually, contributing to climate change. Over 80% of the world's wastewater is discharged back into the environment untreated, contaminating water sources and harming ecosystems. In certain regions, air pollution levels are so high that breathing the air is equivalent to smoking multiple cigarettes a day. In many developing countries, access to quality education is limited, with approximately 260 million children out of school. Each year, over 7 million hectares of productive agricultural land are lost due to urbanization, soil erosion. The world's largest garbage dump, Jardim Gramacho in Rio de Janeiro, received approximately 70,000 tons of waste per day before closing. Over 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from the burning of fossil fuels for transportation. Noise pollution, such as from traffic and industrial activities, can lead to hearing loss, stress, and other health issues. The ozone layer, which protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiation, is still depleted in certain regions despite international efforts to address the issue. Over 100 million marine animals, including turtles, dolphins, and whales, die each year due to plastic pollution in the oceans. The world's largest e-waste dump, Agbogblashi in Ghana, receives approximately 250,000 tons of electronic waste annually, leading to environmental contamination and health risks. Global temperatures have risen by approximately 1 degree Celsius since pre-industrial times, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves. Over 250,000 children die annually from diseases caused by or exacerbated by climate change, such as malnutrition and malaria. The world's groundwater resources, essential for drinking water and agriculture, are being depleted faster than they can be replenished in many regions. The world's cities generate approximately 2.01 billion tons of solid waste annually, straining waste management systems and polluting the environment. Over 820 million people worldwide are undernourished, while about 2 billion suffer from micronutrient deficiencies. The global cost of environmental damage, including pollution and ecosystem degradation, is estimated to be $4.7 trillion annually, equivalent to 6.2% of the world's GDP. These facts highlight some of the pressing issues our world faces today. It's important to raise awareness and take action to address these challenges for the well-being of our planet and future generations. The illegal wildlife trade is the fourth most lucrative criminal enterprise globally, worth billions of dollars annually. About 40% of all food produced globally goes to waste, contributing to hunger and environmental degradation. Around 30% of the world's population is either obese or overweight, leading to increased risks of various health conditions. Over 70% of the world's natural wetlands have been lost since 1900, leading to the decline of countless species. About 1.1 billion people worldwide lack access to electricity, hindering development and education. The world's oceans have absorbed approximately 30% of human-emitted carbon dioxide, causing ocean acidification and harming marine ecosystems. Approximately 70% of the world's population will experience water scarcity at least once a year by 2025. The production of palm oil, widely used in food and cosmetics, contributes to deforestation and the destruction of critical habitats. Human activities have caused a decline of 60% in the populations of mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians since 1970. Plastic pollution has reached the deepest parts of the ocean, with microplastics found even in the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth. Over 1 million species are currently threatened with extinction, posing a major risk to global biodiversity. The world's ice sheets, including those in Greenland and Antarctica, are melting at an accelerating rate, contributing to sea level rise. The Fukushima nuclear disaster in 2011 released large amounts of radioactive material into the environment, causing long-term health and environmental impacts. The world's population is expected to reach 9.7 billion by 2050, putting further strain on resources and ecosystems. Global plastic production has increased exponentially, with more than 8.3 billion metric tons produced since the 1950s. The world's fish stocks are declining, with approximately 90% of large fish populations depleted. The world's population of orangutans has declined by over 50% in the past 2 decades due to deforestation and the illegal pet trade. Indoor and outdoor air pollution contribute to the deaths of 7 million people each year. An estimated 150 to 200 species of plant, insect, bird, and mammal become extinct every 24 hours. The global cost of natural disasters exceeded $210 billion in 2020 alone. Each year, 15 million girls are married before the age of 18, often resulting in negative health and social consequences. Over 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted annually, while millions suffer from hunger and malnutrition. The world's population is projected to reach 11 billion by the end of the century, posing significant challenges for sustainability. Nuclear power plants generate radioactive waste that remains hazardous for thousands of years, requiring careful management. Approximately 9 out of 10 people worldwide breathe polluted air, resulting in respiratory diseases and other health issues. See, my friends, these are just some of the scary facts about our world that we can count for now. However, there is much more that you will come across as you explore further. As our world continues to age, the human population increases, food consumption rises, and issues like air pollution and water resource limitations become more apparent. Perhaps, at this moment, we are still fortunate to be experiencing relatively good days. But let us not take that for granted. We must recognize the value of what we eat and the air we breathe. In order to create a better world, it is essential that we protect our environment and help one another. By working together, we can make a positive impact. Let's take responsibility for our actions, make sustainable choices, and support initiatives that promote a healthier and more sustainable planet. Remember, our collective efforts can shape a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Your subscription means a lot and helps me bring you more content like this. Thanks for your support.